Good afternoon, everyone. Great to see you again. Day 3 of our International Student AI Conference. Generative AI in hands of the students. What can they do? What can they build? You've already seen a lot of different interesting ideas coming to life using different platforms, different options, different apps, different websites, and I'm really impressed with the variety. It is actually impressive and interesting to follow your different choices, right? We have different dynamics, students from different countries working together in teams. Not easy, not easy, I know. Long distance, asynchronous. You had to schedule over the working schedule and study schedule, and still you found the time to connect and make your prototype kind of a working product to present in a student conference. I'm really, really proud of you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We are continuing with the last part, with the day 3, part 3 of the International Student AI Conference. So it's pretty exciting. We still also learned a few things with Zoom. This time I'm sharing only the portion of my screen. So I'm happy that you're all here. Just talking to fill in the gap, the awkward silence because we are waiting for more people to connect, more students. I'll walk you through our expected schedule for today. It's going to be fun, pretty dynamic and fast as well. We only have 4 presentations, 4 teams who will present their products, their prototypes. Really exciting to see what you've got, guys. Let's see who is already connected. Let's hope my Zoom will not let me down today. Yeah, I can move this around. Perfect.
I feel the connection a bit unstable. Am I?
We can hear you well, David. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Okay, okay, it's now fine now.
Excellent, great. Okay. So moving on to our agenda for today. So it's 4:02. We still have 3 minutes for me to say hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. For those who just joined us. Excellent. Great to see you guys. Already 30 people online. Amazing. It's not easy to sometimes gather an audience even of 10 people in a real conference. Some of you had experience presenting to over 100 live plus online. So even close to 200 people, which is pretty awesome and exciting. But even presenting to 5 strangers, right? Or colleagues or friends, it's still nerve-wracking sometimes, or really a learning experience as well. Okay, so I'm really, really happy that you're here, and I'm looking forward to your presentations. We have 4 teams ready to present today. So let's see how my share screen will work now when I go and move on to the schedule thing like this. Yeah, it's okay. Move this like this a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so today we will have the presentation part going from now, right? From 4:05 Greek time or Israeli time, which is 3 p.m. in Europe, Central European time. Our first team of students are all from Romania. So this is quite different from everything and everyone else who have presented, but we're looking forward to see what you've got. Manta, Omar, Zamfirov, Razwan, Yulia, are you all there? Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so after your presentation, the next one will be delivered by Celine Gabriel. Celine, are you there from Israel?
Hi. Do you hear me?
Excellent. So Celine will be next. She works in a big high-tech company already, so she will present something really exciting and cool as well. So looking forward to your presentation. After that, we have a presentation by an international team. I see. Okay, you found a way to connect. Great, guys. You didn't write the countries, but I know the countries of origin, so please go back and add the countries. So by the time I present you, I'll be able to be accurate in that respect. And we are going to finish by like after an hour, more or less. So we're planning to have 4 presentations in the next 55 minutes or an hour or so. After that, we will say thank you to all the guests, if we have any guests that are not related to the course, to the BIP, to all online collaborative online international course coil in AI tools. So the guests will be released after 55 minutes, and we will continue to our finishing, work assignments on our learning management platform on Moodle for Impact. I will present the final assignments and tasks for everyone, for the students. And next week, we, of course, continue with our sessions, weekly sessions. And remind you, we are going to continue until beginning of July. So I hope you are as excited as I am, because AI is a never-ending story. I know it feels like the course is almost over. It's the beginning of the summer. Some of you already have exams in your institutions, in your universities. Also, some of you actually traveled to Greece and came back, and it feels like, okay, it's time to wrap up. But I actually want to remind you that AI is developing so fast, right? Every day, new things, new developments come up, and which means for us, it's our responsibility, it's our job to go ahead and test those new features, new updates, new apps, new releases, test those hypotheses that we read in all kinds of newsletters and articles. It's very, very important that we keep up with the development of AI and keep experimenting, keep playing around with the tools. So I'm excited to welcome a guest lecturer next week. Also, if we have someone who is not familiar with our course framework, we are expecting at least 2 guest workshops. So next week, we'll have a very interesting talk about deepfakes. So please stay tuned, continue, connecting on time, same time. We're coming back to our original Zoom link. So if anyone needs me to update you guys about which link to connect next week, please reach out and I will give you the updated link. Today, we're staying in our conference link. It's our conference experience, day 3, part 3 of the conference. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So happy to see you all. Let's give the floor to our first team. So I'm going to again mention the names of the students, but you guys know who's first. And it's going to be a presentation about AI top 3D, feel better. A team from Romania, so please share your screen and I will spotlight your Zoom, picture to everyone so we can keep an eye on you. Omar, Manta, Razwan, and Yulia. Thank you, guys. We can see that you're sharing your screen. Perfect. And good luck. Let's welcome our first presentation today. Perfect. You know how to go full screen. Amazing. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so our team is made up of 4 students, and we are all from Iași, Romania. I am Iulia from University Alexandru Ioan Cuza.
I'm Cesara from Gheorghe Iași.
My name is Razan. I'm also from Alexandru Ioan Cuza from Iași.
I'm Omar, and I'm also from Alexandru Ioan Cuza in Iași.
Okay, so today we want to present to you our project called Milo Talk Freely and Feel Better, which is a chatbot designed for mental health support. So we all know that nowadays it's super easy to connect with people online, but many of us still feel lonely. So that's why we wanted to create something simple, something like a safe place where technology can make us feel better emotionally. We all know that a lot of people struggle with mental health issues, but the real problem is that most of them stay silent, and it's not because they don't want the help, but maybe it's just because they feel like talking to another person, like a psychiatrist, can feel scary, embarrassing, or overwhelming, or even because it's expensive. So yeah. Can you switch the slide? Okay. So studies shows that especially young people actually find it easier talking to an AI rather than a person, a professional psychiatrist. And why is that? Maybe it's because an AI doesn't judge you, or it doesn't have any feelings, it doesn't know you, and it's always there no matter the hours. That's it.
So, the Milo platform. Let me walk you through how Milo turns these ideas that we talked into a real tool. Starting with the platform itself, Milo is built on a simple belief: emotional support should be easy for everyone. That's why our platform is focuses on 5 core features. The first one is secure login. Your data stays private and protected, so you can be honest without worrying about it. Then the real-time chat. It's instant. It's natural conversation with Milo. It's just like texting a friend or someone close to you. The conversation history lets you track your emotional journey over time, so you can look back and see how far you have how far you have come. Mood tracking helps you understand your emotional patterns, what triggers anxiety, what lifts your mood, what makes you feel unhappy at a certain period of the day. And finally, personalized support. Milo learns and grows with you, offering responses that truly fit your needs. This isn't just an app, it's a space designed to make emotional well being accessible for everyone. So, continuing with my next slide, that's the practical side that I talked about. But what really sets Milo apart is how it talks to you, not like a robot, but as I said, like someone who genuinely pays attention, like a friend, or I don't know, maybe your parents or your boyfriend, your partner. You've seen the feature we just showed. Now let me tell you about the personality behind them. Most mental health tools ask you to fill out forms or select from a menu of feelings. Milo doesn't do this stuff. It's different. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't judge. It doesn't rush to give you advice. Instead, it waits. It listens not just to your words, but the patterns that are behind them. The way your anxiety spikes at the same time each night, or how you avoid certain topics. Then it reflects back what it hears in a way that makes you feel seen, or not just analyzed. That example on the slide, as you see, that's not a script. That's how Milo is learning to ask the right question at the right moment. Gentle, curious, and never pushing. It's like having a mirror that talks back kindly. Psychologically, that matters. Feeling heard lowers defensiveness and opens the door to self reflection. And that's where real change begins.
Okay, so now we are going to the scientific part. The mental health crisis is real. We have a few numbers. We search online to see how many people are struggling with anxiety, with the other issues. Myself, I'm struggling with anxiety, so this app may help me in the future. So For this moment, 970 million people are affected by mental disorders like depression or suicide attempts or something. Milo is designed to know the patterns between when you are feeling sad or when you are having that thoughts. So he will know when you are giving that thoughts, so he will just put the number on the screen for each country to call someone or just to be there just in case. 359 million people suffer with anxiety disorder, which can be social anxiety about the exams, anxiety in general. Many people need support, but they never seek it because, like I said, many people struggle with trust issues, which is the most common problem between us teenagers mostly. So the idea is not to replace the therapist, just to make something that can help just for that moment. Next slide. How Milo thinks. Behind every thoughtful response is a carefully designed AI pipeline. You first tell him how you feel, then he will emotion detect. He's made to learn the patterns and what triggers it. So he has pattern recognition, supportive response, and follow-up questions. He is designed for a few more things. We will show you later. So we have here on the slide the technologies behind it. We made the presentation with Gamma, and the site is made with base 44. Next. So, backed by science, evidence, and research, some people don't need immediate solution, they simply need someone who listens. Anxiety affects hundreds of millions of people worldwide, so we wanted to make this more accessible for people. Mental health chatbots have demonstrated positive effects, even ChatGPT or Gemini. And users constantly report feeling more comfortable opening up in judgment-free environments. So this maybe will be something that will help many people.
Okay, let's talk a bit about Anna. Anna is not a real person, it's not my friend, but Anna is a person that everybody here knows. Like, it might be your friend, it might be somebody in your family, or it can be even you. Anna is simply 21, 20, 23, whatever. She's a university student and she is facing an anxiety with the exams. Unfortunately, Anna cannot actually talk to her close friends or to her family about this because maybe she's feeling like she is failing them. She is feeling like it's too much to talk about this. Maybe she can't express her feelings in the right way, and maybe she's afraid of being judged because um, she's not reaching out the expectations from the people around her, maybe from her family. And here comes Milo. So what Milo actually can help her in this situation, for example. Milo identifies the triggers. It starts to ask questions to understand why is she feeling this way, what is happening in her life. It asks even personal questions when it starts to get to know more about Anna as a person. So it builds customized, personalized conversation with this person. Also, it builds a calming routine. So it gives advices about how to fix the routine of Anna, like Anna's routine, how to add more things during the day, some activities, breathing activities. It gives Anna some information about or activities to do when she feels anxious, when she feels overwhelmed. It also gain awareness, which means it builds capacity for Anna to understand more about how she feels. Like it tells her how she feels, why she feels this way, Maybe, as I said before, it's personalized, so it might even suggest some triggers in her life, like, okay, you feel this because of this situation you are facing, or because of this idea you are having. It builds awareness to Anna about how she feels and about her emotions. And then, which is the important part, if Milo feels like Anna needs professional human support, he's actually going to suggest the professional human support, and it's going to provide the phone number of the support of the country Anna lives in. Some things you need to know about Milo, that no medical diagnosis, which means that Milo is not going to tell you you are facing depression or like you are facing this level of anxiety, or it doesn't really work this way, and it's not of his hand to diagnose you, because this is a professional human work. But at the same time, it can make you understand more about how you feel and work with it, and actually give you some activities and things to practice about how to feel better. Privacy first, of course. All the conversation happening between you and Milo is end-to-end conversation. It starts and ends in the same chatbot. It doesn't go anywhere else, and it's just a very private conversation. Human care matters, of course, as I mentioned. The idea that Milo is never gonna replace humans. It just offers you a friend's conversation about how you feel. And also, it has emotional limits, which means boundaries. It doesn't cross the line, of course, and this is something very understandable when it comes to AI. AI is not designed to talk to you as a real human. In the end of the day, it's an AI, it's an artificial intelligence, and it's not gonna cross any boundaries with you. And Milo care a lot about this part, which is to not judge, to not talk bad to the person, to not say anything that can hurt the person talking to him. And the last part, which I mentioned before also, which is the crisis. In case you are mentioning suicidal thoughts, or like Milo can track the pattern of the conversation to see how are you exactly thinking. And if he tracks like any suicidal pattern in the conversation, it actually connects you directly to the suicidal and crisis hotline in your country. With Milo, you have a free space to talk. Your mental health matters. Milo cares about your mental health a lot, and it acts like a friend of yours that you can talk to anytime during the day, late night, early in the morning. You might be busy. Milo will never be busy, and he's always here to actually, or sorry, it's always here to like listen to you and to know what is going on through your day. And it also can collect information about you, can actually ask personal questions to get to know more about you as a person, so it can gives you more personalized answers to you. Sometimes the first step towards feeling better is simply having someone to talk to, and in this case you are gonna have an AI that you can talk to, not someone. This was Melo. This is the AI. This is the thing we thought of, because mental health problems are increasing nowadays in this generation, and mostly it might be because of the phones, because of whatever, so many reasons. But at the same time, we are trying to find a solution for it. Maybe some people just want to talk, they want to express themselves, and that's what we are planning to do with Melo. Here in the last slide, because humans do mistakes, I don't think this is the QR code. This is maybe the QR code of the first version we did, but we didn't replace it. We didn't change it to the new one. I'm sorry. So yeah, you can scan this one, or I can just send the new QR code on the group if you want. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's interesting that I've already received several links like this where base 44 actually requires you to either log in. I don't know if you have requested the user who tests your app to, yeah, it works. It actually let me in. I just scanned your QR and it works. I just was asked to log in with my Gmail, which I did, okay. And there is also an install button, so like I can literally download an app on my phone and have a conversation with Milo. Wonderful. So I would like to give the floor to the audience, whether we have any questions or comments. Well done, guys. Very, very interesting.
Can I add one more thing about Milo?
Of course.
When you enter on the link, please click on the ground, because there is the part where is the grounding techniques, guided breathing, 5 4 3 2 1 method, body scan, and safe place. So check that.
Right. I don't know if it goes the same way on the phone because I'm experiencing the mobile version with, after scanning the code. So I don't actually see the options that you described. Maybe on the computer version, you need to check that. But thank you very much for mentioning that. Any questions, guys? Any comments?
What about guardrails for safety?
Can you repeat, Davide? What do you mean?
What about guardrails for safety?
Safe
How they are
guidelines.
triggered, for what, and hallucinations that can cause a misbehaving eye behavior?
Yeah, that's a
Did you?
tough question. Very interesting question. Have you thought about safeguards for safety of the users?
Yeah, we thought about that, and maybe we will change. I mean, everything on that app is confidential. So if we are going to work on that more than we already did, maybe we will do something like I don't know. It has a thing in the app like it's a journal, and you write things there. The AI doesn't talk back, and the information just stays there, and it's confidential. It's just like the notes on the phone. It's just like the notes on the iPhone or something. Just you can see that. The AI doesn't get that on the history. It's just for you. This is the main part about this safety.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions from the team? I think it's a real use case for AI for sure. I don't know how many of you. Let's have a little vote maybe in the chat. It's not a Zoom vote, but have you ever actually used AI, maybe not this particular app or any other chatbot, to, to talk about your emotions, to actually cope with stress or cope with a difficult situation, like to search for support? Can you please respond in the chat because it's very interesting. We have some yeses and also some no's, but also a very interesting answer, which is I think shows the projection. Not yet, not yet. I mean, I have to say, and someone says no, as if you don't want to even try. A lot of you have tried, and I can also share that I have tried using AI for emotional support, not anxiety. I see that you have not used it for anxiety yet. So, sometimes in the middle of the night, like when your partner is asleep, your friends are, I don't know, somewhere, and you just go through some kind of thoughts and stress and whatever. Like we say, one of the advantages of AI is that it's always 24/7 availability, and you can sometimes use it to calm yourself down or check if you're okay, if the thoughts that you're having are like sanity, right? So I don't know, in Israel we have this crazy situation of constant war and tension and anxiety, and so I have conversations with different AI tools about feelings that I'm experiencing or my fears or like again the tension and how to cope. And sometimes I ask for advice. Is it normal to check news every minute, or do I have to take a break? Do I have to like sometimes I have ideas and I verify with AI whether these are good ideas, because again I'm not going to pay $200 for an hour session with a psychologist, which is of course recommended to all, but we need time and money for that. So maybe asking these occasional questions about our feelings, things that we are going through, the tension, the situation, assuming that AI is not hallucinating. David, it's a good point. We don't want to put ourselves in more danger than we are already, but from my experience, it has helped actually. How do you prevent AI from giving wrong suicidal advice, as Mike is asking also? Well, I guess this is, the responsibility of the company that trains LLM behind the scenes, like OpenAI and Anthropic and all those companies. They kind of embedded the rules. Of course, there are ways to probably break those rules, but essentially we can feel that AI is for us. It will not recommend something harmful, and some LLMs, even if you try hard and if you kind
I'm
of
sorry, may I
hold
ask?
it will respond in a harsh way and stop you or refuse to continue the conversation. So there are some guidelines and guardrails, and we have a raised hand. So let's give the floor to Anna. I'm really interested to hear your comment on that.
Just because I'm not a psychologist, but being a psychology student, of course, this is something that we discuss. And I'm happy that this has been brought up because definitely there's a need for it. But as you are telling us how to use LLMs appropriately, just be really, really sure what you're using, because actually there is some research that it's starting, as you were saying, that things are still evolving. So maybe there are some places where it can be good, like use it as a dumb resonance board. For that, it's okay. For psychological issues, it can be even risky. So I agree with Mike that there is actually no way of preventing it for hallucinating, and therefore, in case of real pathology, miss the fact that there's a pathology. So it's not just about AI, but of course we know that the use of also social media, like we had a girl in Italy that unalived herself at 12 years of age because of social media. So it's not just AI, but when we touch about psychology, I agree that one wake-up call for the psychologists is that they cannot be that expensive and not affordable for a lot of people when there's a need, but it's not up to AI to solve this. I'm sorry. I need to raise this flag because I don't want anyone in this room or friends to then get in trouble because they leverage on the AI. And I'm not saying that go and pay psychologists $300 an hour as well, but use AI with a pinch of salt, because mental health is really a sacred thing, I think, that needs to be considered.
Thank you, Anna. Such an important comment. I mean, I don't want to be that irresponsible, just sharing my personal experience. Again, I don't have, hopefully, any psychological major issues. So it was not using it for like mental health support or treatment, just, shared my feelings, asked if that's okay, like how often should I check the news, things like that, real questions that I would ask my friends or my students or my colleagues, not something that I would bring up with a doctor. And then for that, of course, I would search medical assistance with proper professionals, not AI for sure. Even though, again, this is interesting because people use AI for their medical, diagnosis. Sometimes it's accurate, and we have actually cases I noticed in media that some people actually, because of AI, they went to the doctor, they searched medical assistance on time, and otherwise they would have missed something important. And the AI actually guided them to go and check with the doctor because this looks suspicious. This might be dangerous. People share all kinds of personal stuff with the AI. Mike, can you take up next? I see that you wanted to contribute. Yes, go ahead.
I was just saying that generally you're putting a group of preemptively vulnerable people and are exposing them to some, I don't know, biased and unauthorized medical answers, which is really, really dangerous. And the key question here is how many lives are you willing to sacrifice instead of paying $200 to a specialist? That's it.
Can I answer this? Can I answer this? I believe like your question is not showing that you paid attention to one part in the presentation when we say that AI doesn't really replace professionals. So when it comes to Milo is not really a professional and is not gonna give you a professional advice. And also one of the parts I said that Milo doesn't diagnose you. So he doesn't say you have depression or you have an anxiety. It doesn't do this. It talks to you as a friend. It talks to you as a part of your family. and it builds a connection with you as a conversation. So when you go to one of your friends and you actually, I don't know, complain about how hard your day was and so on, this is the same type of conversations you're going to have with Milo. It's not going to be a professional therapist conversation. It's going to be a friend-to-friend conversation. So you are not sacrificing any lives here. I hope so. You are not sacrificing any.
Sure, but
Yeah, sorry, I finished.
how do you know that your AI won't answer anything harmful or dangerous to the person who is currently vulnerable and emotionally exposed? How can you guarantee this?
That's a very good question, but the same question goes to every AI tool there. So when you are going, for example, to ChatGPT or Gemini and so on, and you are exposing your feelings, it's the same idea if you are going to Milo, but Milo is more trained of how to deal with you and having more answers, let's say, because its main focus and its only focus is mental health. So it's the same as every AI tool there. There is kinda, yes, a risk, a part of the risk about what you are saying, which is like this person is exposed and so on. But in the end of the day, remember that this is AI. It's developed and designed to do a specific thing, not to think by its own. So if you are giving the right programming and the right answers to the NLM of the AI, I guess you will not be worried about facing this type of issues.
Yeah. Again, we're not here launching a real product, right? It's an idea, it's a prototype, and there is a niche for that for sure. People need support in the social media world where, you get attacked by haters and, social pressure and bullying and whatever. This might be one of the solutions on the spectrum. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that there are actually LLMs with more like medical prep data in the back end. Like I've heard a lot in different sources that, for example, Microsoft's Copilot is trained on, thousands, I don't know, tens of thousands, millions, maybe medical articles. So it is more powerful than other large language models to actually address some of the medical issues and questions. And we know that it's already been used in the medicine of course, by medical doctors. We have to be careful as audience to just assume that we can also use it professionally. So it's a very interesting conversation. We may proceed and talk about it later. I agree, it's very thought-provoking, and we have to be very careful, responsible, take the ownership of our actions, and not, rely and trust anyone or anything or any AI platform, and be careful. But if it helps us, again, if it makes you feel better and it answers in a sense some of your questions, not in black and white, and even if that hallucination made you feel better, then I don't know, why not? Yes, Mike, do you have one last comment before we proceed to the next?
Yeah, sorry, one last comment. So the thing is, you're saying that we need to address this critically, with a sense of not losing the grip of the reality and keeping the leg on the ground. But the problem is people who turn to you, people who you, consider your main audience, are exactly the vulnerable type. So they cannot distinguish between what you say to them and the objective reality, and that's the problem.
Are you talking to me personally, or are you talking to to like AI thing? Like me as a person spreading the word? Because I just want to understand. Yeah? Or
I mean,
like you is you
generally
in
to
Canada, or like us?
AI
Because we are
psychology.
here in an audience of adults, right? I assume all of us, we're not in here. Like when we deal with children in a school setting, it's different. Okay, here we're higher education, mostly adults,
Again,
everyone is responsible for their own actions, and we're learning to discussing how to use AI responsibly as well. So
yes, but if you consider your main audience to be struggling, exposed people who are very vulnerable, and then you suggest to them to address something critically and use their head to it, they may not be able to do this in the first place. That's the problem.
I got it. So what I think we can reframe that part as, selling or offering this app not just to the vulnerable audience, but everyone who feels and considers themselves healthy and strong, but everyone has that vulnerable moment in life or in a day, even the strongest and the most successful and healthy people around us. So probably the framing of the target audience can be kind of restructured, but I see what you mean. Those when we actually try to suggest this solution as the solution to the problem with people with the mental health issues, then of course it's a problem because they cannot judge. I agree. That's true. Let's move on. We have more audience actually joining us, already almost 50 people, which is really great. And our next presentation will be given by, one second, either Celine from Israel or the international team. Who's next? Let me remember if I remember my my schedule here, our schedule. Well, right, it's Celine now. My AI coworker wants my job. So go ahead, Celine. Tell us about your project, your AI application, and also introduce yourself. Excellent. We can see it.
Yes, can you see it?
Yes, perfect.
So hi, my name is Celine. I'm from Israel, and let's start. So my AI coworker wants my job. It never sleeps, it never complains, it never steals your lunch from the fridge. So as part of my work at Amazon as a software engineer, I'm working on a project which is creating an autonomous AI agent which helps us with our tasks. So honestly, I finished this project only 2 weeks ago, and the purpose is helping my team be more productive at work. Unfortunately, I can't show a demo because it may reveal confidential information, but I explain the agent throughout the presentation. Let's start. Okay. So here is the problem that we faced. In my day-to-day work at Amazon, about 70% of what we do is routine. Small, straightforward tasks, or even simple tasks that might take up a lot of our time and energy. So my idea is to create an AI agent which works autonomously and helps us with the routine tasks every day. So what did I actually do? I created this AI agent which helps us with the routine tasks and let us engineers focus on the hard problems. Focus also on problem solving, making decisions, solving critical issues, and spending time on the important issues. And let the agent work on the daily routine tasks. Let me walk you through how this works in 5 simple steps. So, first of all, we have a dashboard for all our team's tasks. So, the agent iterates over this dashboard and picks up the highest priority task and starts working on it. It works, makes the code changes, and finishes the tasks. And then it might give us recommendations and next steps if needed. And at last, engineers review the changes that were made by the agent, approve them, and ship the changes. So, once the agent finishes a task, it presents a full summary to the engineer. Like he says what he did and what he has found out or what changes he has made. Everything is written in the summary, and all that he asked for is a review and approval from the engineer. So the agent does only the work, but it doesn't publish anything on its own. It waits for the engineer to approve it. So the key point is that the human stays in charge and the agent doesn't act on its own. It only ships when the engineer asks to, and he helps with all the tasks we required. So, how did I build this agent? Spoiler, way less code than you'd think. So I used an AI tool which is an Amazon AI tool called Meshiklo, and you can use it as well. 80% were prompts, and actually only 20% were actual code. Most of my work was writing clear instructions for the AI, teaching what to do, how to do it, and which approach, and how to approach it, what to look for, etc. So, for example, before, engineers manually pick tasks. Routine item keeps accumulating, and it makes it harder for us to focus. And it takes very much of our energy. And we spend a lot of time focusing on simple tasks instead of thinking thinking in a creative way, focusing on the big problems and doing creative work. So after I finished the project, we saw a great impact from the very beginning. We started innovating more and doing much more tasks. For example, we did more tasks each day because the agent helps us a lot. He finished many tasks each day. We also managed to focus more on decision making, solving complex problem, and focusing on system design as well. As well as we had faster delivery and higher efficiency. And of course, engineers become more happy. So the tools I used in this project, first, QuickSuite. QuickSuite is an AI assistant that helped me create this presentation. By the way, it's the project that we are developing in my team. I recommend you to use it. It's very helpful. And the Amazon internal AI tools that helped me create this agent, which called Meshiklo. It's a tool that helps you create autonomous AI agents and workflows. It's very helpful. And thank you so much for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Celine. Okay, the audience, you can raise your virtual hands to ask questions. This is from real industry, from high tech, from Amazon. Even though we have a student intern contributing to the team, I think it's very cutting edge, interesting workflow. Can you share the link to this AI tool? Is it free? Is it expensive? How accessible is it to the large audience, to the wider audience? The AI agent.
The QuickSuite, yeah. The QuickSuite AI assistant, it's not, you should pay monthly, but it's very helpful. It has extensions to all Microsoft apps, as well as desktop app, as well as it can also generate dashboards, researches, workflows, AI agents, many things. So I'll share the link.
Amazon Quick, okay. They've already rebranded. You see, it's formerly Amazon Quick Suite. Now it's just Amazon Quick AI assistant. And another tool that you mentioned, which is built on an internal LLM, what is it?
It's called Meshiklo. I'll send it as well in the chat.
And again, do we have to pay for it? Is it accessible for a test? Or...
Yeah, you should pay for it. But I recommend QuickSuite. It does everything, including what Meshiklo does.
Okay, all right. Can you also give us, I don't know if I'm the only one with lots of questions, can you give us an example of a task that can be completed by an agent? Like, is it a coding task? Because I don't know what engineers do inside Amazon on their daily basis, but I can imagine also my calendar with lots of to-do. First of all, you mentioned that it picks the highest priority task automatically. Is it, who is marking the tasks by priority? Is it an engineer's job, or can it actually mark by priority, like tag things by itself? Because I struggle with, identifying, I have so many things on my to-do list. Sometimes I don't know where to begin. And I know that some things are more urgent, some are less, and still I'm struggling. And also have a big problem with predicting the time that it's going to take, because I can think it's going to take me 1 hour and I end up working on it 12 hours. So can this AI agent help with predicting the time, building the schedule? What does it do?
So when we add a new task to the dashboard, we have the option to flag it by priority from
Yes.
easy to high. But if we didn't, he can do his research and iterate over all the tasks, and he decides on his own
Okay.
which task is more, yes, with higher priority. And what was the next question?
So can you give us an example of a task? Or maybe also can it predict the time? How long does each task take?
Yes, in the summary, he writes how much time it took him to do this task, and he can do everything. We mainly use the tasks for code, software changes, but yeah, you can do anything you want.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the audience? Who has tried the AI agent already in your own workflow? Even as a student, say yes or no in the chat. I will say yes, and I'm excited about building more agents. Yes, that also has experience. What about everyone else? Have you built your own AI agent yet, which can, I don't know, read your email and draft the responses, and you can then, of course, humanly go over and decide which goes on and on. So we have some yeses and nos. Okay. This is the future, right? You haven't yet, right? So you can ask your AI agents to actually scan all the internet for specific news that you're interested in, and then it can also summarize the best pieces and the most interesting things. And I think we had a project about it as well. That's something that can be a recurring task done by an agent, right? So a lot of yeses. So you know what? Let's continue with our scheduled presentations, move on to the next group. But in the meantime, I'm also curious to know what kind of tasks have you been able to solve with your AI agents? What kind of things have you asked for and it actually helped? I'm really curious. Does it build your schedule? Do you use it for emails? What do you use it for? Can you share? If you can, please share in the chat. If you can't, of course, we respect the privacy, but just interesting. What does your AI agent do for you if you already have one? What does your AI agent do for you? Any other questions for Celine before we proceed? If you can answer my question in the chat, that would be great. I'm really curious. No questions. So thank you, Celine. It was awesome, very interesting. And we are going to move on to our next team presentation. Again, we're moving on to a project developed by a team this time. Let's see. Is it only three? 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 presentations, not 4. So the next team is MindForge, right? And it's going to be presented by Nasor, Ilona from Romania, Abed from Israel, if I'm not mistaken, and Davide from Italy. Ununituno. Really happy to welcome this international team for the next presentation. So please welcome. The stage is yours. The Zoom stage online.
Thank you very much.
Salon, we cannot hear you well. Can you
hear me now?
Reconnect with your microphone somehow?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but I don't know if it's my side, but really quietly. If you can speak up or check another microphone option.
Can you hear me now? I'm shouting.
Guys, what do you say? Can you hear Salon?
It's very low, very low.
We can barely hear you. You can try to disconnect and use another microphone. Sometimes this is a matter of connecting, like the actual wire thing. Try to disconnect and reconnect, and then it can sort it out.
No, because I'm using laptop's mic.
The laptop? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just try to speak up.
Okay, I can try to raise my voice.
We'll try to follow you.
Okay.
Can you try selecting a different microphone in the options?
Come again?
Can you try selecting
Okay.
a different microphone in the options? Maybe.
Now we completely lost you. We cannot hear anything that what you're saying, so unfortunately. Sorry for the technical
Can you reconnect?
issue here.
Okay.
Now?
Now? Who's saying that?
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Now it's good?
Yeah, much better.
Much better. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Salum Nuna, and I think other members can introduce themselves as well. So, before we proceed,
Hello everyone, I'm Abid from Israel, and
Hello everyone, I'm David from Italy.
Hello, I'm Gimona from Romania.
all right. Yeah. So, uh, four of us will we have prepared a presentation, and we have created an app called the Digital Lab. The idea of the digital laboratory is to organize ideas, and as opposed to traditional ways where probably ideas were organized through sticky notes, maybe random tabs or forgotten documents, in such a way that we feel that would create chaos, what we call creative chaos. And we feel like ideas will definitely die on that traditional way of storing ideas. But now we have to come up with an app which is more of a dynamic. And we built a mind forge because we believe, like your best thoughts deserve a system that helps you to discover them again, not just storing them in a physical paper form or storing them away in a dark corner, something like that. So that's an introduction, and I would like to welcome the other one to proceed.
okay.
Next, yeah.
Next is okay. As so, most people have notes scattered everywhere, and none of it goes anywhere. So MindForge fixes that by splitting everything into three zones. I think. Oh, wait. Just a second. Sorry. Okay. Wrong, wrong slides. Anyway. Um, we are here. Okay. So most people have notes scattered everywhere and none of it ever goes anywhere. So MindForge fixes that by splitting everything into three zones: ideas, experiments, and reflections. So when you log something, it actually lands somewhere that makes sense, but it's not just a storage. The works with what you put in it, and that what makes it different. So this is how you use it day to day. You get an idea, you drop it in by text, voice note, uh, anything really. A picture, doesn't matter how messy it is. Mindforge takes it from there, it cleans it up, labels it, and saves it properly. So that thought you had at random time at midnight or in the shower or at the drive from work to home doesn't disappear. It sticks around and becomes useful later. Maybe in a few months, that when you search or log an idea and that same idea or a different idea that is related becomes or surface again when you log it again. And now the third
It's my turn or Ernesto?
Yes, it's you.
Oh, okay. The best part is that you don't know how to do lifting or feeding things anyway. Mindforce has a quite assist powered by AI that read your thoughts, written or vocal notes, and extract a steam from them to create new things or to do new things with it. You can categorize with tags and after all make order in your brain between all these functional or dysfunctional ideas that you have in your time in general. Next slide. There is also a part that is that you can visualize and follow up in weeks. What are you thinking? Given a power attached inside, and a zoom level of various levels, and visualize it in the app that currently we did. You don't need to build folders automatically. You need to add new entries and add two categories automatically. It will fit with other thoughts and other ideas. Okay. So we have a
Luna.
sealed space. Who? Abdab?
Now Luna, I think.
Ilona?
No?
No.
Isolated words and lists, living ideas and experiments, what it holds. Not only words, but also transcriptions from the voice, words, general thoughts, and specific touch thoughts. It's manual organized in rigid folders. IO and webs invisible things. Also, that happens is invisible to the person that uses the app, and it make more clear for the user. Also, the interface that is quite basic. How to use it to get new things like summarize. You can summarize or do other things in every thought, every folder you create. The outcome is interestingly a graveyard of old thoughts, new thoughts, and new ideas, new sparkles, and everything similar.
Am I heard?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So next I want to say that about the app is that it's really, really cool how this app gets smarter the more you use it. I mean, while regular notes become harder to search because they pile up together, this AI app learns your patterns and surfaces insights before you even think to look for them. Next slide, please. I mean by this that those lonely and isolated spark of thoughts are turning them into a connected web of knowledge. How they showed us, my college showed us previously. The next slide. We're very excited to have you to step into our app and to try it with us. And now it's time to stop just to take notes, like simple notes, and to start to run into your first web knowledge connection. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Excellent. Do we have any questions from the audience? Maybe can you show us briefly how it works, the demo? The idea is brilliant. I mean, the use case, like I'm the first user.
David, can you show, or because I don't have.
My internet is quite unstable. If someone other can show it, share the screen.
I can try. Wait.
Thank you, Ahmed. I mean, I want to say that I have lots of ideas. Like every day, I'm on many different projects, and I have a lot of thoughts and like sparkles. And then I need the idea dump place, honestly. So like the way I'm doing it is either on my phone notes, like those little notes that I put together, and they're like all over my phone. And then I have AI, of course, different folders in my ChatGPT and my Claude. And I try to follow like the structure and go to the right folder to dump my idea in the right place. But it's very time consuming to actually identify where I should post it and where I should record it. And then I don't do much with it after that. So this feels like this app can actually follow up on your ideas and connect the dots and come up with something creative. Is that true? Is that the idea?
Yes, that's the idea. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Can you make it a little larger? It's very small, like just Control plus to, yeah.
So
And
new entry
Mhm.
is like the title, category, privacy, your content, maybe a voice note, tags, and like when you use the app more and more, it like learns on like it becomes more useful. So this is like a weekly insight.
Nice. Really cool. You know what's another advantage of vibe coding is that you can actually, like, these are great ideas for some great apps, and I know all of us have to take responsibility for where we post things, like safety issues and all of that. Vibe coding actually allows us to go ahead and create our own idea dump, personal kind of individual app. It doesn't have to be a commercial product. We don't have to pay other companies to use something like that. We can actually go ahead and build something like that for ourselves, right? And then keep our notes and ideas organized. I think it's a brilliant idea to create something like that as an app with
You
vibe.
have a note here, and you click the dict patterns, and gives you another notes from the same project that have the same pattern. Or maybe suggest other or extract themes, creative prompts, sometimes. So it's not like a static note. It's more like dynamic.
Right. Wonderful. Any questions or other comments from the audience? Is it something you actually want to try and use for yourselves? Because this is like a great idea. I don't know. Again, I don't feel comfortable using other people's apps because, as you said, if you want privacy, right, you either have to trust your private info to some kind of company you trust, even though you shouldn't trust anyone, or with vibe coding, we can all have, build our own apps and, have it on our local device, our, custom GPT or whatever.
I mean, you can like when you sign in, you can like put a privacy and credentials something, and if they steal your stuff or data, you can sue them. So
Okay. So when I log in with my email, because I already logged in with my email to your app, so next time I log in, it will remember my previous
yes, this is my second time. So
yeah. Oh, very nice. Any questions from the audience? Any comments? This is great. And we are on time for finishing up, for wrapping up our student AI conference. I'm really, really proud of your work, guys. Excellent ideas, a huge variety of different applications for different use cases, right? You've used, I've noticed, Notebook LM for creating your beautiful slides. And they improve, right? Every season, every semester, I'm noticing this is my 6th or 7th conference with the students, right? Every semester we do it in different, scale. So I'm really proud of your work, really interesting, dynamic, and very, like, you've all chosen different ways to create your slides, different platforms to build your apps. Some of you demonstrated chatbots, right? We had several different scenarios and options to talk about. And we also had a presentation about the tool. So I hope you've all learned something new. You've learned new tools. You've learned how to use them. And you also had a chance to present your work to your peers, to the public, to the audience. This is recorded. It goes online on YouTube. I promise you it's going to get a good amount of views. For those who are watching this in replay, thank you very much. You can leave us comments and likes and subscribes for the Impact YouTube channel. And we hope to meet you again in our future events and the conferences. So congratulations to all of you guys. And you are staying with me online. I'm just wrapping up the conference part, okay? So good luck and congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for the audience. Thank you for our guests. Thank you to everyone who came and contributed with their comments and support. And it's really, really valuable. And I hope you all enjoyed this, or at least learned something. Okay, so great, some reactions. Now I will
Thank you.
close the recording. Stop recording. Wonderful. Are you sure you want to stop?